Oh, by the way, I may as well take this opportunity as well to give my piece with regards to Mel Sarmiento and of course KRIS Aquino, because according to Chris, and I have actually read the farewell note through text, through text. I have read that Mel Sarmiento left her in the middle of her uh, sorrows and pain. By the time that she's really uh, is not in a good condition anymore in terms of her health. I mean, a person who actually would do that is totally a person that I can no longer respect in terms of what he has done. Those are the times that he could have proven that he really loves Chris Aquino, because no matter what situation you're in, if a person really loves you, he will never leave you under any other circumstance. You know, that's why with that long text message, and it wasn't even in person, he just gave all his alibis that he was leaving because he he thought that that just the fact that he wasn't vaccinated, and just the fact that he was still going out, and then he might cut something and then give it to Chris. Come on, that's really, that's BS, really. First of all, he could have got vaccinated in the first place, so he would never use that alibi that was the reason why he was leaving her. The truth is, I was in the same situation by the time when I was sick, when I had COVID, and that person that I've known for 26 years, because I knew that he would be the first person who would be there for me, he left me. And he even said the word, "I wish you can just die." He was worried about how much I spent twice in order to rent, a car twice from my neighbor. Because by the time I have posted on Facebook that, please, is there anybody there who can take me to the hospital? Because by the time I was really in need to be at the hospital. But unfortunately, I couldn't find a hospital right here because they're all fully booked. So it was Stanley who took me to Quezon City instead. So if a person would rather prefer to be focused on how much money he was spending, and how much was it twice, how much did I spend twice, 2,500 each time, in order to pay my neighbor just to take me to the hospital. Okay, and then the second time is when I badly needed to go to the barangay in order to report my ex-helper, because I was in the middle of something that I really needed to let him leave me, which I think I even got the COVID from him in the first place. Okay, so there was an issue there that I really needed to get rid of him. So he was actually more focused on how much did I have to spend, and he questioned that, rather than focusing on how much life do I have to save at that point. So if Mel Sarmiento was more focused on himself, that he thought that he'd rather just leave Chris, because by the time he wasn't vaccinated yet, and he was more focused on thinking that if he's the one going out and then he might catch some virus outside and then going back to Chris, and said that's really totally BS. There are other ways in order to protect yourself, but that is not an alibi that you could use as a main reason why you have to leave somebody who really badly needed you the most. So that means to say, he doesn't really care and he didn't really love Kris. And Kris was right. He just used him. He just used her. Well, first of all, Mel already knew that Kris was already sick. Mel already knew that Kris got all these problems health-wise. But why didn't he think about that before he even got involved with her? So meaning to say, it is very clear when Kris said that that guy only used her. See? He only used her for his fame or to fill his ego. What a shame. Really, what a shame. So, meaning to say, that it's easy to say that a person loves somebody, but in terms of his action, he doesn't really love that person. And that's the reason why I ended up to somebody who has given me his unconditional love. It didn't matter if he knew me yet at that time. But he chose to help me instead of thinking that, why should he help me? Because by the time he didn't really know me yet. But he didn't think about it that way. All he wanted was in order to help me because he knew that I badly needed him at that point. Because if he wasn't there for me, I have no idea what could have happened to me. I have no idea if I could have still be alive right now talking and sharing all these testimonials. That means a person really gave his heart unconditionally. He gave his help with nothing in return, without expecting anything in return. But he was there, willing to share his help. So would I rather go back to that person who said, I wish you can just die? So he wished I can just die because I have spent twice for the car that I rented. See, you can always use all these experiences in order to share as well, so people would understand and they can actually relate. So whatever happened to Kris, I can actually relate because it happened to me. See, there are two types of people right here. People who want you because they can use you for their ego, or people who would want you because they care about you and they wanted to give their help unconditionally. Everyone has a purpose in life. Everyone has a story to share. If KRIS Aquino's life is totally different to my life or anyone's life, well, at least we could learn from it, good or bad. But I'm sure we've learned a lot of things from her too. It's not time for us right now to judge somebody, especially if a person is really in that kind of situation where she is now very, very sick. And we don't even know how long is she going to stay. But she's real strong. She has shown everyone that she's really strong. Meaning to say, she is a real fighter. Especially in terms of her kids. You can be the most successful person at times, but you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Just like her, we consider her as one of the most successful people in terms of her celebrity status, or in terms of her political family background. And then the next thing you know is she's now on that kind of situation. So we shouldn't even get jealous, or we shouldn't even feel that why is it that she's more successful than us. We should just say, thank you, Lord, because right now we are healthy. We are not like her, who's right now trying to survive in terms of her sickness. Because for me, wealth is my health. Alright, here's my salad. Mango, lettuce, cucumber, pumpkin, and apples. Alright. I got my salad, honey. Well, honey, I just want to let you know how lucky and how proud I am, because no matter what struggles or hardships that I've been through, you are always there and you never left me. You're a God-chosen gift for me, honey. And please don't ever forget that. I love you, and I love you because I have finally found a love that I've been looking for. An unconditional love. And that is priceless. Thank you so much for loving me. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, or subscribe. And of course, push the bell button for more updates for my Mystica vlogs or my Mystica celebrity mukbang. Thank you.